Today we're going to show a video on how to do a backup on a Fanuc CNC controller 31IB5. Today it's on our DVF 6500, and it's fairly straightforward if you know what you're doing, but if you don't, there's a lot of learning that needs to happen. So you have to use the compact flash. This guy goes in here like so, and you can push it in there lightly with a single finger. If you can't, then you have it in the wrong way. Typically the label on my compact flash always points to the right. I always get that wrong, so that's why I'm mentioning it. Alright, so that's just hanging out in there. Next, we put the mill in Mdi mode. Then we go to the offset screen and we hit offset until we see this. And you need to make sure that this is a 1, so typically when you run it's a 0, but you need to turn it to 1. So we're just going to hit on. And then this I/O channel describes which of these you're using. So this is I/O channel number 4, this is I/O channel number 17. So USB compact flash. 4, 17, 4, 17. So we need to switch this to 4. I'm just going to key in 4, hit enter. That's pretty easy. Next, we're going to go to system. And then we have to look at a couple of variables, at least on this model, which is a little bit different than the guide that Fanuc puts out. Parameter 138, do a number search, and this MDP needs to be on. So that's bit 0. Same idea, we're going to search 313, number search. This VOP needs to be 1. If it's not 1, it doesn't work, and that doesn't jive with the video that I'll post in the description of this video, and that is made by Fanuc. They wanted that to be off. It doesn't work with this controller when this is off. So anyway, that's a little different. And then 3202 is any 9 and any 8. So typically these are set to 1. You can look up through the other video that I mentioned before what these mean, but these two mean your ability to edit 9000, 9000, and 8000 series programs. So you want them to be 0. So basically you're unallowing it if it's 1. So that's how that has to be set up. And then the next part is pretty straightforward. We're going to go to system, and then we're going to hit this next page several times until we get to all I/O. You hit all I/O, and then it takes you to some stuff, and then your mill may be set up a little differently than this. I'm going to try to back away a little bit. But your job is to go to next page and find all data. So that's what you're hunting for. You hit all data. First thing you want to do is a quick format. So this is going to format this memory card. And then it says, oh, change to edit mode. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then you hit quick format. Hey, is that okay? And you say execute. And then format is executing. Now it's complete. Now F output, which is absolutely not obvious, is what you have to push. And then there's some sort of weird text that says this operation needs power off. What it's saying is that it's going to do some stuff. First, it's going to write a bunch of text files, and then you're going to need to turn the mill off and back on again, and it's going to write a bunch of like EFROM files. So that's what it's trying to tell you here. Hit execute. And then it gives you this helpful little bar that will eventually go all the way blue. I'm going to pause the video for the sake of your attention span, and I'll turn it back on when it's done. But right now it's writing a bunch of files onto the compact flash right now. Okay, so about 2 or 3 minutes have come by or gone by, and it says power must be off. Turn off the power again to save the SRAM and user file. So that's pretty simple. E-stop, power off. Power back on. And then it's going to boot for a little while. Boom, there it is. Look at that. Now we're loading this backup file. And it counts in hex until you get to 480,000 in hex. So this takes a while, probably about 10 minutes. So 5 or so minutes have gone by, and we're back to the main screen here. We need to do a couple last things to get the mill back to normal. We're going to start by turning parameter right to off. So you key in a 0 there, and then you come down, key in a 17 in the I/O channel. Oh, actually, hold on. I jumped the gun. Let's turn this back on. We're going to go to System, Parameter Screen. We're going to search 3202, number search, and then we're going to turn these on again, which prohibits them from editing 8,000 and 9,000 programs. Then we can go ahead and go back to parameter right enable screen, and that's all you got to do. So now we have all these files in here, which I'll show to you in just a sec, and there's a few things that I want to make mention. Alright, so we have 31 files, and one that I want to show you is this one. And this has a whole bunch of just text in it. And the important thing is this is where your program files are stored. So this is your CNC program right here. And then you can go find whichever one you want, 3500.txt, you know, whatever, and go pick it out of this list. For some reason, I don't know how to get it to back up just each and every CNC file easily, but it puts all of your programs in here. And then importantly, you've got a PNC file right here, and you've got the SRAM back up here. So if your whole mill goes kaput, you can load that thing back up, and that's everything your mill is. You can steal the PMC file here, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of other items, but those are the most important, at least the way I see it. So this is what you get in an all data backup.